Hi, I'm Bowling Otter.
And I'm Lissy Sandwich.
And welcome to
The BS on the Internet.
Well, it's been another one of those weeks.
Oh my gosh, it has. And happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter. Today is Easter if you're
Yes.
watching on the day we put the video up.
By the time this goes up, I
Yes.
hope you're having all your bunnies and all your eggs.
Having all your bunnies.
And I would love to just
Hope you're shooting all your bunnies.
Oh God, that is such like. Did your parents use that?
Yep.
Parents,
My parents used to shoot a
shooting
bunny.
bunnies for farting.
Yeah, for farting. If you
Anybody
farted, you
else
shot
do
a
that?
bunny.
I
Did you
didn't
shoot a
hear-
bunny?
Did you shoot a bunny?
And I remember going to my mom once and be like, I think I figured out why it's called shoot a bunny. She was like, oh, really? And I said, because when you shoot a bunny and it dies and it starts to decompose and it smells. And she was just like, okay. I thought I
really went
reasoned my
there.
way into it.
Oh.
I thought I figured it out. I was so proud of myself.
I never heard of that until I was maybe 20, 21.
Yeah.
At all. No.
Really?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
like,
5.
Shooting bunnies.
5 and we were shooting bunnies. So that was, in my household, that's what it was.
Well, I hope you're having a nice day.
Yes.
With the fam.
Yes.
If not, I hope you're having a relaxing day because everywhere is closed. Maybe
Yeah.
some of you
Hope
were
you're
on
just hanging out and
spring
chilling,
break.
playing some video games.
I know. Why not? I'm a big fan of holidays in general just to chill because they could get hectic.
Oh, yeah.
The big holidays can
totally.
get really, really hectic. And sometimes
Absolutely.
it's nice to just have one where you really don't do much. We're not going to really do much tomorrow. I'm too pregnant to really do anything or travel anywhere.
Yeah, family's
so
coming
we're
to
gonna
us,
have some
which is
family come
nice.
to us.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. I just hope I don't need to take a nap in the middle of it. So I'm gonna do my
You
best. I'll
do.
have my one
You're
cup of
very
coffee.
pregnant. That's okay.
I know, and my feet started swelling last night. So this is new. I know, but it's only one of them and it's not that bad. But supposedly I feel like the baby's sitting on something weird. I'm drinking a ton of water. I don't think it's really anything to worry about. It's very normal, but still it's just kind of uncomfortable. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? So I have one kind of swollen foot. The other one's a little bit swollen. So I'm keeping them elevated and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens.
Now we're 3.5 weeks.
Oh my gosh. We got a lot
3.5
done this
weeks.
week though.
Yes, we
got
did.
a lot done in the baby's room. We're pretty much there. We have the crib all together. We're doing laundry. We have to pack bags.
Yes, we do
That
have to
needs
pack
to
back. I
happen.
don't know why we haven't done that yet. We should have packed back about a month ago.
I know. Well, you know what? It's something that could be done. Say we needed to go quickly.
Yeah.
It's something that we could do in 5 minutes. Just throw a
And we
bunch
live
of
pretty
clothes
close
in
to
it.
the hospital,
Yeah,
so if I
we're
had to
5
drive back
minutes
and forth
away.
to pick up some other stuff, it's not the end of the world.
I know.
We're very close to that. It'd be different if we had to drive a while for the hospital.
Yeah.
It'd be different, but it's 10 minutes roughly,
Right.
10, 15 max.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all right.
But I think we'll be fine. We still have some laundry to do. There's some things we got to put on the walls. That's about it. But we have
Yeah,
papers.
but all
we're all good.
the bassinets together,
Oh my God.
the cribs together, all the absolute necessities are ready to go. So
I know.
we're
There
set.
was a rocker we were going to use that we used for toddler Otter.
Yes.
That got recalled.
I know, and it was so good.
It was so good.
It worked so
it
well.
was. It was a little. I know this is kind of off the subject, but just real quick. It was a Fisher Price rock and play, and it was
Yeah.
a little rocker with a motor in it, and it would keep
You go
them at
back
a
and
little
forth, I guess there's like-
incline, and it would rock him like this.
Yeah.
And infants were rolling over in it, or parents were keeping their infants in it longer than.
And most of it was
they
user
should have.
error.
It was user error, yeah, and the poor people were losing their babies, and it's
Yeah, I mean, it's really
devastating.
sad, but the whole
I know,
product got
and they
recalled.
recalled it.
So now it's and now there's 1 or 2
It was a
stories
lifesaver, yeah.
out of it being used properly and it happened anyway. So it's we can't even take this chance
I
now.
know.
So
I know.
we're just not gonna. Oh, but it worked so well.
It did. It
I'm
did.
so
It
bummed
was just
about
this
that.
little pocket,
This
little cradle that just kind of rocked
soft cradle,
itself.
and it vibrates and plays music,
Yeah.
and it rocks like
And he
this,
would
and
just
man,
lay
he would
in
go
there and-
out
Oh,
in
it
that
was so
thing.
nice.
Yeah.
I know. So we're a little bit bummed
And
about
he
that.
and Toddler Otter hated the bassinet.
Yeah, he did.
So I'm really hoping that Brother Otter does not hate the bassinet because that's all we got. That's what we're gonna use.
But I
So,
feel
we'll find out.
like he's gonna come soon. I'm at the doctor every week now, so if we'll let you know.
Yeah,
if,
it's
or
3.5
as soon
weeks
as
at
it
the
happens.
latest, right? So it's soon no matter what.
I know. So as soon as it happens, you guys will know immediately. We're banking episodes for. That's why our streams are going to be a little patchy from here on out.
Yeah, we're
'cause
doing a lot of extra recording.
We are. We're trying to do as much as we can because I could only sit here for so long. Now I'm down to about maybe 45 minutes before I start getting really uncomfortable and I have to get up,
Yeah.
start walking around, that kind of thing. So we're trying to get as many episodes for YouTube as we can in. But as soon as we have the baby, we'll let you know.
Yep, we'll put up a vlog right away. We'll definitely let you guys know.
I know. I'm excited. I want to share the whole thing with you. It'll be so great. It'll be so great. But we have things to talk about.
One really cool thing that happened this week is I was driving home from work and there was a huge box in front of our front door. I'm thinking we didn't remember ordering anything. I thought we got all the stuff we needed for the baby. So I went and checked the return address and it was Warner Brothers. And as it turns out, they sent us an early copy of the collector's edition of Mortal Kombat 11. So super psyched about that. It's just super cool to have that. Like, we got the metal case right here, which is super cool. Where was the, oh, hold up.
Oh, yeah, look. Guys, it surprised the crap out of us. I thought it was a piece of furniture for the baby, and it said, like, there's glass in it, fragile, like, all this. I was like, what is this humongous box?
Look at this guy.
Look at that.
Look at this guy that was in the box.
Do you believe
Freaking
it?
cool, man.
We did an unboxing.
Yes,
that
we did
will
an
be
unboxing
up
video. That will be
tomorrow.
going. Yes.
And episode 1, I believe, will be up.
Episode up will be up Monday night, right at embargo lift. So we're banking episodes. We'll have that stuff coming up, and that's been a really cool thing that's happened. So there we go. So thank you, Warner Brothers.
We posted it on. Yes, thank you. We posted it on our social media, and you guys were so nice. You were like, you made it. You know, all this congratulations. I was like, oh my god! All day, you guys have been blowing up our social media. So thank you so much, because it's like you guys, your support for the whole Mortal Kombat thing has been unbelievable. And I have such like a mixed relationship with it, because I'm like, ugh.
I've got a really strong relationship with it, right? I mean, this is from my childhood, so this is a big deal to me.
Me too.
So it's super exciting. It's super exciting. Yeah.
I still want my cake.
Okay, we'll get there.
Big cake when we're done. So I'm sure you guys saw, what was it, Monday, that Notre Dame cathedral in Paris caught on fire.
Yeah.
And it was horrific to watch. Look at Chris Cuomo. Look at that still right there.
That's kind of how all of us felt.
That's how all of us felt,
you know,
right there.
at the time we found out. So,
and I mean, it was a horrible thing to watch. I don't know if any of you have been. I saw a tweet going around, and now I'm really sensitive to it, that said, this turned quickly into people bragging about their vacations to Paris. So I was like, So we both have been.
Yes.
And it was magnificent.
Yeah, I'm so glad we had I was glad we had the chance to go there anyway. It was one of the highlights of our trip, but even more happy now that we were able to be in there before this happened.
Yeah. The vlog is on YouTube somewhere, on our channel somewhere, actually.
Oh yeah, we did do a Europe vlog.
We did a Europe vlog.
That was back in 2015. It's 4 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure if you dig in our channel somewhere, you could find it when we went. And we vlogged the whole thing. I don't know if there's any Notre Dame, because this was one of the few places we went to where we were like, put the camera down, put the phone down, like look around, experience it. Because it sounds so old, but you know, you're like,
we did take a lot of
you
pictures,
experience everything through the phone.
It didn't want to vlog everything, you know. So,
yeah, you want to like live in it for a second and look around and be like, wow. And I'm sure you guys have seen the pictures, and it's just magnificent. And it just went up for hours and hours and hours. And some of the aerial photos.
Yeah, there's an aerial photo that looked, horrific.
I know.
The entire interior of it was on fire.
850 years old.
The whole roof went up. The tower survived though. The bell tower survived.
Yeah,
the spire fell kind of early.
Yeah.
That was sad to watch. That was really sad to watch. Apparently they got the vast majority of the artwork out.
Because they were renovating.
Yeah. I think that stained glass survived as well.
Yeah, there were those big rose windows.
Yeah.
That they have there with a big
incredible
stained glass.
windows there. They survived. So they really actually saved, like, for what it looked like. Yeah. They saved more than I thought they were going to be able to save.
Yeah. I thought it was going to go to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. And now they're going to start. I mean, it's you know, it's just a historical site. For so many different reasons, it's existed there for a long time, survived a lot of different situations. But you know what? At the end of the day, this is still another situation that it survived. It's still largely standing.
Right.
The skeleton of it is standing.
Right.
So it did not fall completely. Well, it is extremely damaged. You know
what's really interesting about it though is that those buttresses on the inside, it's all this really old stone and old wood. And in an effort to preserve the building as, at this point, almost an artifact itself, they did not have sprinkler systems. Yeah. They did not have any of this kind of stuff in place, because it really would affect the look of because when you go in, it's like this Like
Yeah.
you look up and it's a cathedral, you know what I mean? And you go and you look and it's like this huge thing. And to see all kinds of fire sprinklers, it would ruin the aesthetic.
I guess so, but you wouldn't. Would you even see them?
No,
I mean,
I know.
I don't know if you'd really.
I
Maybe
figure they could figure it out.
Maybe when they made this kind of decision, I mean, technology's come a long way, right? I'll
Yeah.
bet like there's like much more like nondescript sprinkler systems you could put in there
Yeah.
now, and it's like a trade-off. It's like, wow, okay, so. Like, what's the trade-off? I don't want to see sprinkler systems or the whole building burns down.
Right,
Like,
right.
and then we ended up with the worst case scenario.
And then another thing that they had against them with this is that exactly where it's situated, the roads are so narrow and the ways to get through are so cramped, and like our roads in the States are so big and our fire trucks and everything can get through so easily. And this is such
even
a
in big
huge-
cities,
they
you
could get
you
right
get a
through.
lot of cars out of the way and you can get a truck through.
Yeah,
you know?
here it's really hard. Like they
Yeah.
had people climbing ladders with hoses. Like it was really like old school.
Yeah.
How they had to try and put it out, and it took forever, and it burned for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
It was so sad to watch. But I mean, a good thing about it is that a lot of Europe's and some of Americans' millionaires have chipped in to fund the reconstruction of it, and they're going to reconstruct a new spire and all that kind of stuff.
It will get
And
rebuilt. Yeah.
it will absolutely get rebuilt. I saw that Macron wants to do it within a couple of years.
Yeah, that's insane.
I
there's-
know.
there's just no way.
It took like decades. It may have
Yeah.
even taken over 100 years. I'm not too sure to build it.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted, that was back
Different
850
situation,
years
of
ago,
course.
and especially because there was a fire at Notre Dame a couple hundred years ago, and they chopped down a bunch of oak trees at Versailles, another location over there. And to rebuild it, and they replanted them and said, if Notre Dame ever goes up again, we'll use these oak trees.
These are the
And
Notre
they're
Dame
there.
trees. Yeah,
These
there
are
we
the-
go. They were
and
there.
they're there. They're waiting.
So they can chop them right down and
They're
use them.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope they're replanted. They better be
They'll
replanted
certainly be replanted.
for another one and
yeah.
put it back up. Although there is an interesting argument going on right now where we have 3 churches in Louisiana that have burned down that have not been funded for reconstruction. And also it kind of makes you think, if the world's millionaires could solve this, and billionaires can solve this in less than a week, fund it in less than a week. What, like we have Flint, we have, I mean, we are talking about apples and oranges
Yeah.
in certain instances.
We are.
I think.
I mean,
but
that's
it's
the
definitely
point.
something to put it in
Yeah.
perspective.
Well,
I think.
it is an indictment of the capitalist dream of trickle down.
Yeah,
Because that is
yeah.
exactly what's supposed to happen.
Right.
Exactly what's supposed to happen. Whenever there's
Yeah.
a crisis, all these rich people are supposed to pay for it because taxes aren't supposed to pay for it, and like
Yeah.
like you're not supposed to. Your welfare's not supposed to pay for all this other stuff. Like the state shouldn't have to pay for it,
Right.
But it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's,
Well, that was part of the reason why this was falling into disrepair, because
Yeah.
it really needed to be funded, because I believe the government owns the building
Mm-hmm.
and lets the Catholic Church say, we'll own it and we'll give you the area, the land, whatnot for free, but
Mm-hmm.
your responsibility is to keep it up and the reconstruction and to fund reconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
And the Catholic Church thought, which is a very rich institution,
Mm-hmm.
thought that the government should pay for it. They were like, you own it, you pay for it. So there was like this, tug of war going on with,
Yeah.
but now the world's millionaires and billionaires have all chipped in for this.
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's great. And
reconstruction.
actually that did when you talk about the 3 Louisiana churches,
Yeah.
who was it, Yashar Ali, I think, actually put together a fundraiser right after this.
Yeah.
But like look at the reaction in Notre Dame. Can we get something similar for these other 3 churches that burned down? And that did get funded. In
did.
like 2 days or something like that. He had about $2 million.
Yeah.
Almost $2 million put together. So those are going to get rebuilt.
Yeah.
So that's also a great ending to that story too. That's going to
That's true,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's because those are that was arson though for those
was
3
arson.
churches.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
intentionally burnt down.
And I feel like that should have been funded immediately.
You would think
because
so.
it was arson.
You-
Yeah,
you'd
I
think
mean,
so.
anyway,
But it was
know.
it was funded though. It did
Yes,
get funded.
it did get funded,
And
yes.
the Notre Dame Cathedral though, it looks like it was accidental at all points. But there's renovations in progress. I think the fire started in an area of renovation. So
Yeah.
all signs were pointing to it being an accidental fire, but like because of what it was made of and because there were no precautions in place, it just got out of hand really fast.
That was
You know?
one of the saddest things I like.
Yeah, shocker, total shocker.
You
Total
know
shocker.
what though? Like it's I'm so glad we got to go. I'm seeing a lot of people say, like on social media, that they had gone to Paris and saw that the line was too long.
They didn't go in.
And didn't want to go in.
Yeah, a lot of people read about that.
They,
but,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I have a rock from the top of it. I don't know if you know this about. I collect rocks. I take rocks, and I try
historical sites. And
I know, and you know what? I feel kind of guilty about it because, like,
if that rock was there, Liz, this fire never would have happened. It's your fault.
I know. I took a rock from. It was just like a part of the crumbling limestone or rock from the top of one of the towers. I took that. It had. I never broke anything off. You know what? It was. If there was something on the ground, I took it. But I've got like all these rocks from different places and things. My parents have gone places, and my dad has brought me back a bag of rocks and everything. Yeah. I've hid them through customs in my socks and things to get all these rocks back and everything. So I mean, it's so sad. It was so sad to watch. I'm curious to see how how the reconstruction goes, if it's going to look like itself. I'm glad they saved as many artifacts as they did. Yeah. I'm glad it started a greater conversation about what the world's millionaires and billionaires can do in these situations. Flint. I think about Flint every effing day.
Well, there's
a million situations. Yeah,
there's tragedies across the world everywhere,
and
it's some stuff a lot more severe than even Flint. Flint's ridiculously severe, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, we could talk about that forever.
I know. I'm curious to see your thoughts on that. But something interesting that came up about this is that they may use Assassin's Creed for the restoration. Yeah. So it turns out that when they were doing, when they were making Assassin's Creed, there was a level artist who spent 2 years modeling the Notre Dame Cathedral. 80% of her work on that game was just on Notre Dame.
So she was hired to model Notre Dame for Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah.
Now she's got a 3D map of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So they can use that now to help the reconstruction of the building. They've got an actual model of what a snapshot.
I know.
A 3D model snapshot of where it was before this fire. Yeah. And now they can use that information for this. That's crazy.
Right.
That's super, super cool. I love this story.
I know. I would just love because there's still so many people out there who think video games are just trash.
That's dying breed.
It really is a dying breed.
Really, we're getting over that.
Especially among like the boomers.
Yeah, the baby boomers.
Who didn't grow up with it.
Exactly.
If you grew up with it, I think everybody gets it.
Yeah.
If you grew up with games, they're like, oh, it's like movies. It's like
people that grow up with games didn't like hit an age and be like, oh, you know what? All those games I played, they're actually trash. I didn't actually like them. They're actually meaningless. No, it stuck with you. It stuck with all of us.
Even people our age who don't game anymore, who did, they all have a sad story on why they don't game anymore.
Yeah, and there's never a choice.
Yes.
Everybody would rather do start playing games.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
But I've always kind of
explained
it.
Life happens, things happen. That's one of the things that falls by the wayside. It certainly has for me, and I see games. I mean, over the years, it was a really difficult adjustment for me. The years that I started to see the games I really wanted to play go by without me getting to play them. And I was just like, because there was several years in there where I played everything that I wanted to play. I played them all. I was doing reviews of everything. I was writing for publications. I was like banging them out, and it was like totally in my element. And then that started to slow down, and then I missed a game. Then I missed another game. Then I missed another game. And I'm like, oh my god. Then I missed a series, and it's like, oh my god. And then you eventually just kind of come to terms with it and be like, I'm just not gonna get to play them. And it's a bummer and still bothers me. But I'm just one of those folks then, right? I got up to I use the word folks, that's how old I am. I'm coming up on 40. I'll be 38 this year, right? So that's crazy. It's still crazy to me to think about.
Yeah.
And I still think about all the games that I'm missing every year. But I still gotta miss them. I gotta go to work. You gotta raise your kids. It's like
I don't think there's anybody who plays every game that they want.
No, I did. I did for a snapshot.
I feel like
there's a few years there where I played
many.
everything,
Yeah,
But that was my 20s, basically, and those are over.
There's so many. I feel like it's like you can't see all the movies, you can't read all the books, you can't play all the games. We really got off track, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did.
Anyway,
video games are great.
They are. So.
I'm so scared of this.
Do you see this headline? Watch your profanity. So, scientists, I believe from Yale, have it was a study in Nature, in the journal called Nature at Yale, that's right, where they took pigs who had been slaughtered in a slaughterhouse and were able to reanimate
their brains.
Yes.
Zombie pigs.
So Yes. The first thing I thought was like a zombie pig.
Zombie pigs.
So what they did was
Why would we want to do this?
Well, that was my question. Why would they want to do this? So they said they slaughtered them for food, waited 4 hours. Then they hooked them up for 6 hours to a system that they developed called Brain X.
Brain X. That sounds like Resident Evil to me
It does,
right now.
it
It
does.
totally sounds like,
Right.
we need to get to the Brain X
Which
lab.
pumped them full of oxygen, nutrients, and protective chemicals. At the end of 10 hours, they found that the tissue was largely intact compared to the controls. Individual brain cells were up and running, performing their basic duties of taking up oxygen and producing carbon dioxide.
Okay.
So they're not completely there.
No, it says the neurons in these brains were not communicating. So
Yes,
there was no consciousness.
consciousness.
But the cells were alive.
Right.
So it's
Right.
still...
So I was wondering, well, one, I read this article, it's very lengthy, but I was wondering why, right? And their main goal for doing this was for people who have areas of their brains that die through injury, like a stroke.
Okay.
And they want to be able to wake them back up.
Okay.
Or organ donation.
Organ donation. Yeah, that was the first thing I was thinking.
Part of a brain. I don't know if they would did you get a whole new brain? Like, how the heck does that
Yeah, I mean,
work?
I'll say, because we already have cadaver organs, right? That's
Yeah.
already a thing.
Right.
They already can do that.
Right, but
Yeah.
now we're getting into and I
getting
hate
into
to use
brain,
this
though.
word,
Yeah.
the harvesting
Yeah,
of organs that
yeah.
they're talking about, the growing of organs to use. But then there's also
Which is really the best bet, because I mean, the whole idea is if you can regrow an organ in the host body,
Yeah.
then there's no chance of rejection.
yes,
The body's owning it, it's
Right.
creating it itself.
Yeah, yeah.
That's massive.
it is massive,
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
for
you don't have to
sure.
take those drugs for the rejection drugs.
Yeah,
You don't have to worry
yeah.
about, like, a lot of problems that come with that kind of thing. So
Right,
that's
right.
a pretty big step forward.
I know. But then there's the question of, is this considered animal testing? And
Not
could
if there's
there
no
be-
consciousness.
Well, they said the animal has died.
Yeah.
So if the animal has died
Yeah.
or whatever, or the animal will die a natural death. In this case, the animal did not die a natural death; they were slaughtered. But the animal is deceased.
Yeah. If the animal's dead, I don't think
So
it counts.
then they'll just
Unless
try
it
and
was
wake it
slaughtered,
back up.
if it was slaughtered for the purpose of this testing,
Uh-huh.
that would be animal testing.
I agree.
But if
Yeah.
we're dealing with an animal that was slaughtered for food,
yeah,
and you're just donating
right.
the brain or whatever
For to study.
I don't think that kind of qualifies as animal testing,
Right,
because
right.
the testing isn't the downfall or the detriment of the animal. You know,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
and the animal's life isn't affected by it.
Right.
And-
right.
or
It
quality
lived,
of life,
It
the
lived out
animal's
its
quality of
life
life, yeah.
cycle as it was. I mean, for the purpose that it was raised. I suppose you would say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that the same. I would feel the same way as if a person died,
Right.
and they were dead, and then they wanted to test their brain afterwards,
Right,
which
right.
they do.
Yeah.
I don't consider that testing on humans.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I know.
like not you know, it is
Like
technically,
cadavers,
but
people who
not
donate
living
their-
humans, not using living humans as test subjects.
Right.
It's a
The people who
different
donate
situation.
their bodies to science and,
Yeah.
and things like
Yeah,
that.
that's totally scientifically ethical.
This whole thing kind of freaked me out, but the idea that it could help somebody who has had a stroke or whatever, I was like, wow.
I think it's starting to make me realize that this is going to branch off, okay?
Yeah.
Because we are going to make incredible medical discoveries from here, but then Frankenstein's going to freaking happen.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
At some point, we're going to have a zombie.
We're going to have a zombie mixed with that Boston Dynamics crap. And we're going to have some kind of bionic half human,
Yeah.
half pig man
Yeah.
walking around. It's going to freak me out. That part freaks me out.
Yeah.
But the idea of the medical advances
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so
It's totally
fascinating
worth
to me
it.
that
Totally worth
we
it.
can, like, even just what technology has done to medicine in general is insane. Like, there
Yeah.
are some surgeries that are being done completely by robots. It takes out human error. There is I forget what the statistic is, but there's something about surgeons and the hours that they work and how tired they are and how they make mistakes because they're so overworked. There's a lot of human error in there, and not to say that everybody is like that, but they're really overworked and they're human beings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, the idea that you could get have the two together is like,
Yeah, I mean, it's the same argument for self-driving cars, right? Everyone's like,
yeah.
oh, self-driving cars is going to be all these accidents. It's like, actually, there's
Yeah.
going to be way less accidents. Statistically,
Yeah.
if all the cars on the road are self-driving, you would have, like,
Save
just
lives.
exponentially less accidents.
Right.
You know, because you wouldn't have the human error. You wouldn't have
Right.
people getting tired behind the wheel.
I know.
You know, you would have a computer screw up here and there.
Sure.
But the amount of times a computer would screw up compared to the amount of times a human would screw up,
Right.
you really want to put your money behind that?
Yeah.
You know, bet those odds? I don't
Right.
know, man.
I
Like
know.
it's the computers doing this stuff, machines doing this stuff when it requires that absolute precision. They are better at it than
Mm-hmm. Right.
people are.
Yeah,
You know, that's
yeah.
why we have them do math for us now. You know?
Sure, yeah.
For all these reasons. But anyway, this is definitely going to go multiple ways, but it's definitely going to lead to some incredible medical advances. Because being able to really
new
get
willies.
organ donation or regrow organs, I mean, that's tremendous.
Yeah, yeah.
That's tremendous
Oh,
stuff.
totally, totally.
And especially when it comes to things like brain diseases, like Alzheimer's disease and things like that. You
Right.
know, like
I
that's.
know.
I know those are still
Dementia
kind of the
and-
holy grail for a lot of people.
Yeah, they are.
To try to solve those because
Yeah.
they're
They're
some of the
devastating.
trickiest. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're
they're
most devastating
devastating.
and the hardest on the
sad.
quality of life of human beings and the people around them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get rid of that one, that's massive. And stuff like this takes big steps towards that, I think.
Okay, it's time for the subreddit of the week, and this week is curled feetsies. You know what curled feetsies are, everybody? I'll show you. This made me so happy, right? It's when you have a kitty cat or some kind of animal, and they curl their little feet like this.
Except that looks like he's gonna kill you.
Look at those whiskies. I love those eyebrows.
That's a good eyebrows.
But isn't it like, especially when
that's a very
they're,
well-groomed cat. Look at that, like
it is.
the grooming
Ooh.
around there.
It is a very well-groomed cat,
Yes.
yes. But then, like, look at this, like this. I like when they're on their back and they
Yes.
just kind of go like this. Yeah, they'll go like this a little bit. Louis lays like this. Do any of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you have cats who lay like that? Doggies could do it.
Yeah, at
I
night
just love
he'll smurgle for a while, and then he'll roll over onto his back
and just
like
curl
this.
those little feetsies.
Just so he'll fall asleep.
I
like,
love
straight
him.
up on his back.
I know, just like some eye bleach for everybody. Look at the little. I do like when they do their little bread thing and then they tuck
Yeah.
the little paws under like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love the curled feetsies. If you have an animal with curled feetsies, send me
Yeah.
a picture,
This
please.
is a feel-good
because I would love
subreddit for
to
this
see.
week.
I know. Why not? Let me see. Oh, that's not really a curled feetsies.
Not really, but it is
that's
cute
just
as hell.
That's just a tucked in kitty.
What's happy chappy?
What's this? Oh wait.
Oh.
Oh, to the side.
that's kinda, like,
A little
interesting.
funky town. Look at that.
And he also has the "I'm gonna kill you" eyes.
I
going
know,
on.
you're about to get attacked. You
Yeah.
just go, psh. They go, oh, look at the big eyes, how cute. And it's like, you're about to die.
I need to know what a happy chappy is.
Happy chappy. A
Ah.
hammock?
Oh, a hammock for the cat.
Louis would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, my, those gotta have to be some really strong suction cups.
They do. That worries me because
Does
all it would
worry
have to
me.
do is give once and he would never trust it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's pretty amazing.
Oh, look, he's got little hairy toe feet too. I love it. If you have curled feetsies,
Yes.
send them my way, please, because I want to see them.
His name's
Fatty. He's so cute, though. Look at those little feet.
He is super cute.
Oh my god, I can't
Fatty.
stand it. I know.
That's a great cat name.
Fatty. They're so cute. Okay. Anyway, what about a rat? Oh.
Yeah, this is not exclusive to cats.
Oh. He looks I want to take his tail and straighten it out so he makes a perfect circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love him. All right, I gotta get out of here. Get one more. Hello. I love this. I love that this is a subreddit. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Wow, cats, I swear.
They get into some interesting.
I want to get in that belly though.
Yeah,
I just want to go whoop, 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 and
Yeah.
then I die.
Yeah, so then your arms are going to be red.
I know. Yeah, that's still worth it. Worth it. Okay, I really want to see this trailer for Child's Play
Yes.
because I want to hear Chucky's voice. I want to see
You
if
think it's
any
going to be the
different.
same voice?
I don't know. I'm curious. Chucky has always been kind of like. I mean, did you watch these growing up? The Child's Play
I've
movies?
seen like a bunch of scenes. It was the kind of thing I flipped through and there'd be some Child's Play and I watched like 20 minutes to a half hour of it.
Right.
I was never invested enough to be like, I want to watch this entire movie.
Yeah.
And it would just be like, let's see Chucky for a little bit. Chucky kills somebody. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next
Yeah.
thing. Like it's cool in snapshots. Didn't need to see the whole thing. I really never cared for the plot.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything I was really worried about, you know?
At the time when they were out, and I don't remember around the time they were out or when I was watching them or whatever, but I remember thinking he looked kind of like weird or kind
Yeah.
of cheesy, just
Yeah.
like the way the effects were.
Yeah, it
At
wasn't
the
that
time,
scary.
No. Out of all like the big scary movie franchises that were out around
Yeah.
that time, this was one of the ones just because of how he looked,
Yeah.
where I wasn't quite invested. So I'm curious
Like
to see what he
the
looks
marionettes,
like now.
those puppets freak me out. but he never fit into that. Like he never really like. I thought the concept of it was super creepy, right?
Yeah.
It just the execution of it didn't really hit me.
Oh, for sure.
That hard, but maybe they've changed that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So let's see where we're at now.
Something's wrong with Chucky.
Okay, well, all right. That was violent.
I know this move has been really tough, but this was supposed to be a new start for us.
April.
You said you were going to try to make new friends.
Buddy
To April
can
and
connect
Andy's
to
baby.
and control all of your Caslin products and smart home devices. Introducing your new best friend.
Oh boy.
That's creepy.
Mom, I need to tell you something, and I need you to believe me. I think Chucky did something.
Oh god.
Andy, if you know something, you better tell me.
Something's wrong with Chucky.
Buddy can connect to and control all of your Caslin products.
Chucky is a toy.
He could be anywhere.
Welcome to Caslin Car.
We have to stop him. Chucky!
Good night, Andy.
Okay, that's a totally different concept. That's a completely different concept. Now we're talking about just this evil doll that's not really a doll. It just connects to your smart home and any like Wi-Fi controlled devices.
So he could control any of your other crap in your house.
Yeah, he just uses anything Wi-Fi connected to try to kill you.
That's interesting.
That's a really different thing. He's not like running around necessarily with a knife. He's like controlling everything in your smart home. It's like a smart home horror story, basically. And they're using like Child's Play and Chucky as a vehicle to tell that. This smart home horror movie. But that's what that is. That's what it seems to be to me.
That's weird.
Because what
Wait a minute,
did he
is
have
it Mark
like?
Hamill?
That is definitely Mark Hamill. Oh, is he the voice?
Is he the voice?
Doesn't surprise me at all. That dude does so much voice acting.
Wow.
He has a crazy amount of voice acting.
Wow.
That's cool. That's great that he's doing that.
Wow. Okay, I'm in, I suppose.
I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. It looks like it'd be really gory, probably.
Yeah.
You know, they got like a lawnmower. They got like power tools.
Well, the original one was gory too.
It was pretty
Yeah,
gory.
it was no joke. It was gory.
But
yeah,
that was like the scariest thing about the original was the gore. It wasn't really anything
It
else.
wasn't him.
And like, yeah, they're not really using him to walk around and go like, hey, I'm going to tell my little jokes.
Yeah, right?
Like, it looks like they're skipping that, which is probably a good move.
Yeah.
And they're just making it about this ever-present, you don't know what he's in, you don't know what he's going to do with what, you don't know like, what's a threat now. That makes you look around your house at everything that's Wi-Fi connected and be scared of it.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So that could be interesting. Could be interesting.
Okay, I'm good.
And finally, the Mortal Kombat 11 official launch trailer. You guys have been blowing us up to check this out. I've heard it's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard it's a really cool launch trailer. Everyone seems to have really good feedback from it. So I don't know. I'm psyched. We can't talk about the game yet. We're playing it right now. We got our first video will go up Monday night at Embargo, which would be 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's right.
5 p.m. Pacific, and then that will go right up on our channel so you guys can dive into the story mode with us from the first episode.
Yes.
But we still have not watched the launch trailer.
No, we haven't.
And
So
I heard that there's
it's a
some
little
really
out of
cool
order.
stuff about it. So
Okay.
let's
I
get
know
into
nothing.
it.
I
Let's
know
get
nothing.
into it. Hey!
No!
Is it possible that the past and future are colliding? Only Kronika has such power.
I intend to restart history. Let the new era
Why is it kicking in?
begin. Raiden's armies are coming. They will fight us and they will lose.
Well, we're in the shit now.
Oh my god.
That song gets me so pumped.
We must find Kronika's keep and strike it as hard and as fast as we can muster.
We defend Kronika as she rewrites history.
Yippee-ki-yay, right?
Recognize me, little brother.
Ah!
Oh, jeez.
Dude.
Oh, that got me so pumped. Is there a hole? Is there?
Oh,
Don't forget the beer so hot.
That's right. Oh, yeah, here it is.
No. There it is. Run outside.
Oh my, you're running out of time. That's right.
Oh, that was an awesome trailer. All right, so glad you guys made us watch that. Yeah, they used the freaking song. I'm so happy they used the song.
Wow, they saved it for the very last, like.
Yeah, they haven't even
launch
hinted
trailer.
to that. And
Oh
they
my
put a
gosh.
launch trailer. Wow,
I wonder
that
if
was
it's
a
going to be in the
great move.
game. That
Yeah,
would be
I wonder if
really
it would be.
cool.
That would be really, really
oh
cool.
my gosh, that was really cool.
That was a
And
really
get
cool
Dory.
remix of it too.
Oh my god, I see the collector over there. I don't even
Oh,
want
the
to
collector.
think about it. I don't even want to
Good
think
lord.
about it.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
All right.
Wow.
That was really, really, really cool.
Wow.
That was really cool.
That was a good trailer.
Yeah.
Oh
Very cool.
man. Ugh.
All right, guys. So that was this episode of BS on the Internet.
Wow.
Stuff happened.
Yeah, what?
If you want to read anything more about what we talked about, links are in the description.
Yes.
And don't forget to watch us on Twitch. All the spiders. And if you like this video, please support us on Patreon. Click like, share, and subscribe. See you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.